Step outside on a weekday morning and you're instantly swept into the current. Everyone is moving at a frenetic pace, gripping their steering wheels, running 5 minutes late to everywhere they need to be. In this environment, it only takes one tiny spark. A driver approaches a busy intersection, decides they don't want to wait for the red light, and casually turns illegally. The man waiting next to him on a scooter erupts. Curses fill the air in a blistering, high-volume display of pure rage over a simple right-of-way violation. That single traffic maneuver didn't generate all that vitriol on its own. That intense level of frustration had been festering for weeks, undoubtedly spilling over onto friends, family, and coworkers long before that intersection. Human beings carry heavy burdens. Sudden illnesses, financial ruin, broken relationships. These are genuine tragedies that inflict real pain on our lives. Look at this visual scale. On one side, we have those heavy blocks representing actual, life-altering tragedies. On the other side, we have tiny pebbles representing daily friction, a terrible boss, a slow checkout line, an illegal left turn. The psychological trap is how we process these events. We mentally inflate those tiny pebbles of daily friction until they carry the exact same crushing emotional weight as a serious life crisis. If you treat every minor inconvenience like a catastrophe, mental exhaustion is guaranteed. To survive the daily grind, we need a reliable psychological mechanism to stop taking reality so seriously. The solution is to intentionally hunt for levity. You have to become a humor hunter, someone who actively seeks out the amusement hidden inside mundane frustrations. Take a highly familiar scenario. You're waiting in a long line and someone abruptly shoves their way past you to get to the front. The default reaction is immediate anger. You feel personally disrespected, your blood pressure spikes, and you have a sudden, powerful urge to aggressively correct their behavior. But look at this split perspective. A humor hunter skips the anger. Instead of a threat, you recognize their total lack of societal decorum. You view them as a modern-day court jester, performing a ridiculous routine entirely for your amusement. This cognitive shift instantly deflates the tension. What was initially perceived as a personal attack becomes a piece of physical comedy, and your own frustration dissolves. Consider another common encounter. Standing across the counter from an officious, arrogant bureaucrat or retail clerk. Notice the exaggerated seriousness with which they hold their pen and glare at you. If you observe it closely, that air of superiority plays out like an absurd theatrical performance, rather than a genuine obstacle to your day. The world is full of these unwitting performers. The teenager racing down your quiet street with a loud muffler at 3 a.m., the guy who makes eye contact while letting the elevator door close in your face, or the restless kids on an airplane acting like marauding beasts. This practice is not about cruelly mocking people or excusing bad behavior. It is a defensive tool, used entirely inside your own head to protect your peace of mind. Citing the absurdity in these moments allows the frustration to pass right through you. You're no longer a victim of their behavior, you're just the audience. The writer Frank A. Clark observed that the next best thing to actually solving a problem is finding the humor in it. To measure the truth of that, project yourself forward to the end of your life and imagine looking back over the entirety of your experiences. In those final moments, humans do not recall the person who cut them off in traffic. They rarely even remember the massive amounts of money they managed to earn. What actually validates our existence are the intimate moments, the quiet levity shared with family, the birth of a child, and the genuine sense of accomplishment achieved after years of hard work. We have to intentionally hunt for that joy and humor every single day. If we refuse to look for it, our lives will simply be swallowed whole by the unavoidable trivia of reality. This trivia of reality doesn't just exist on your commute. It dominates the digital world, where internet-related anguish makes everything feel like it's falling apart. Yet, when we look past the noise, the objective data shows the average human life is actually becoming more stable and financially secure. The danger of obsessing over these daily frustrations is that we get entangled in mediocrity, spending our energy looking for musical messiahs or sports idols to save us, rather than pursuing our own excellence. As the veteran broadcaster Barbara Walters noted, introducing a good laugh makes any interview, or any conversation, significantly better. actively maintaining that sense of humor is how we refuse to give in to the inevitable hardships and darker moments of our lives. So, the next time reality throws a trivial frustration in your path, you have a choice. Stop, smile, and embrace the levity of the moment.